Sitting in your house for weeks at a time can be really discouraging and take a huge toll on you mentally. All you want to do is get out, see a friend, or just walk freely down the sidewalk without having to swerve 6 feet around every single person you come across. Trust me, I know. I know it's crazy to think about, but technically you are living in history as you watch or listen to this video. You will most likely remember this time for the rest of your life. When are you ever going to be home for weeks, even months at a time without having to leave? Probably never again. This is something that will be remembered and reflected on for the rest of your life. When you do sit back and reflect on this in the future, do you want to have regrets about the amazing things you could have done in this time? Or do you want to be grateful for the awesome things you accomplished or the great habits you started? Just relax for a second and take that in. I've been in isolation since the night of March 18th. It's now been 6 weeks. I don't think I've ever been inside this long, and it's really interesting to see how we take the smallest things for granted. Whoever thought you wouldn't be able to bring home groceries without scrubbing them down with Lysol wipes one by one as they come in? Certainly not me. The thing that sucks is even once this does slow down, things will never be the same. People will be so scared to do anything that includes physical contact, and I think the way we interact during this pandemic could be the way it is for a long time. This could be a good or bad thing depending on how you see it. For example, a lot of people have started using telehealth, a way to communicate with doctors for professional advice from the comfort of your own home. Keeping in mind that this has now been introduced, if in the future someone has minor symptoms or a quick medical question, do you think they would rather schedule an appointment and trek down to the doctor's office or just make a quick phone or Zoom call? Speaking of Zoom calls, people all over the world have started using Zooms for their meetings, family greetings, and many other things. Overnight, at the start of this pandemic, Zoom was downloaded more than 2.13 million times overnight, almost tripling its users. And it also became the most arguably important program in the business world. Throughout this time, I've been consistently learning things about myself. A big thing I found is that there's two very, very different ways I can take my mornings. They both have drastically big effects on my day. I could wake up, go straight downstairs, and at that point, I usually get stuck watching Netflix or YouTube for the first hour of my day, and I know a lot of people can relate to this. This almost always leads to a more tired and drowsy day. Or what could happen is I wake up, get dressed, do a small workout for just 20 to 30 minutes, then start my day. You'd be surprised how much of an impact that small portion of my day can affect my mood, energy, and most of all, overall productivity. A very important part of that workout for me is stretching. I tend to foam roll and it is painful at time of application, but I find that strictly focusing on releasing pressure points for just a couple of minutes a day can drastically, consistently improve my focus. Your whole life you've been told to use your time wisely. I feel that there is no greater time to put that into effect than now. One part of your mind is saying, I need to get this done, while the other part of your brain is saying, nah, don't worry about it, I have ages to get this done. It's literally a breeding ground for your procrastination skills. This is all a mental game. Get things done as they come up, and it will definitely help you down the road when this is all over, because whether you want to believe it or not, one day your calendar will be full again, and trust me, you will not want to be an even worse procrastinator than you already were. Another thing that I've noticed is the benefits of planning out your day in some sort of calendar. Whether it's just writing down the tasks you have to do throughout a day on a whiteboard, or scheduling down your tasks to every half an hour or full hour in a calendar app. I find that especially the whiteboard can just help me avoid those times when you were just sitting around and have no clue what to do, then decide to watch YouTube instead of doing what you were actually needed to do for the day. Anytime I feel an urge of boredom, I just have the whiteboard sitting in front of me, screaming a bunch of things that I can work on. Try and think of an old thing you want to get done before this quarantine is over. Hop in your notes and grab a sheet of paper or write it down. Then, under that note, write at least 3 things that you will need to do to accomplish it. It could be make X amount of YouTube videos, clean the basement, or start working out every day. It could be anything that you feel is necessary. I'm sure I'm not the only one thinking this, but doesn't every day feel super blended? On the spot, without looking at your phone, what day is it? I bet you don't know unless you had something going on today, of course. It's the weirdest things that are somehow able to break up the week. For example, Zoom dinners with a different family every Tuesday. Yes, that's a thing. We both put our computers at the end of the tables and pretty much have our own dinners together. Little things like this give some reason to just break up the week and give me something to look forward to. Also, Now it's starting to get nicer. I've been tending to ride my bike a ton. If you have a bike, there are no excuses. I know some people say, oh, I can't go because they don't have any bike trails around them. Well, I don't either, but with this extra time, go out and find something. I went out the other day and me and a friend went biking together. It's one of the very limited things you can do that naturally implement social distancing. And another thing just to touch on is I absolutely hate the word social distancing. I think now that they're starting to use physical distancing more is so much better, because social distancing includes your FaceTiming, your texting, anything that's an interaction. But I feel that it's very crucial that we keep socializing with people just for your own mental state of you not going insane. So I feel when they say social distancing, it's a lot more less fitting for everyone, and just physical distancing is just a lot better to say. Now, just to wrap things up a bit, we've talked about how we're living in history, working out, using your time wisely, planning out your day, and the day is just feeling blended. And I don't want you to watch this video and just move on. Take something from it and implement it tomorrow. This could be morning workouts, trying to plan your day, or literally anything else. Don't procrastinate on it. Thank you. If you're still here, make sure to go drop a like on this video, as it really helps support me and tells the YouTube algorithm to promote my video for more people to see this. Thank you and have a great day.